students, I welcome you all for the video session lectures series in the subject of business organization for the students who have become first semester. Today, at the last leg of the Unit 3 organization, we will go for the learning of a most important concept in your topic, that is delegation of authority. Delegation meaning, if we observe, it is being delegated, means it is being shared, it is being forwarded, it is being subdivided, it is being transferred. In such a way, we generally use the word delegation. Generally, if you observe, a manager cannot do all the works on himself or herself only. It is essential for any manager to delegate the tasks along with the prescribed or to the pertinent authority, responsibility and accountability. Otherwise, there is no meaning for the word manager. Generally, if we go for the understanding of the definition, manager does management by way of getting the things done through others, right? So when the others are supposed to get the things done for the manager on behalf of the manager, generally the others need some elements, because while pursuing the actions and activities, there is an essentiality of possessing certain authority also and certain responsibility. So, which can be delegated? Authority can be delegated. The responsibility can also be delegated. Means both authority and responsibility can be delegated, but the accountability cannot be delegated. It cannot be delegated. So why it is not delegated? Because it is becoming the answerability situation on the part of a person where a person cannot be escaped. Even though the authority is delegated or the responsibility is delegated, the accountability cannot be delegated and we cannot escape from the accountability. For example, there is a manager A who has delegated some responsibility to B. And for the results, B is responsible and B is also accountable. In the case B fails, A could not say that I have delegated the responsibility and authority to you, because of that you are accountable. Instead, A is also accountable. Ultimately, it is the responsibility of the A to get the things done through the B. See, both A and B are accountable for the same task, whereas for the facilitation of the work, A has delegated to B with the required authority to perform the responsibility of the particular task to the B. So ultimately, A has delegated the responsibility and authority to B, but the accountability has not been delegatable either by A or to the B. So henceforth both are accountable. So with this example, we have been in a sincere way to understand what is actually the authority and what is the delegation of authority. So a delegation of authority is nothing but the division of authority and powers to downwards to its subordinates. Top level management, middle level management and the bottom level management. There are 3 layers in the total management area. So the top level management delegates some of the authority and responsibilities to the middle level, and the middle level delegates some of its authority and responsibility to the bottom level. Henceforth, the top level possesses huge authority, a great quantum of authority, quantity of authority, whereas the middle level and the lower level do not possess that much of great quantum of authority. Even then they possess some authority along with responsibility, but that is not that much of what the top level is possessing the authority. That is the way how the top level management, middle level management and the bottom level management are being in a position to complete the task putting together. That is the way. What is that? Delegation of authority is nothing but the division of authority and powers downwards to the subordinates, from the top to middle and middle to bottom. Now we will come into the elements of the delegation of authority. As I said, there are three elements in the delegation of authority. The delegation of authority, the first one is the authority, the second one is the responsibility, and third one is the accountability. So then what is authority? Authority in the context of business organization, it is defined as the power and right of a person, the power and right of a person to use and allocate the resources efficiently. The discretionary power which is vested with a person or a position in the organizational hierarchy for the allocation and sharing of the resources amicably is connected to as the authority. The responsibility is the duty of a person to complete the task assigned to him. The duty of a person. What is the responsibility? Duty. For example, A has allocated something to B, means B has been supposed to perform the duty which is assigned by A to B. Henceforth, that is having responsibility. That is the duty which is supposed to be performed by B. The duty assigned to a person, right? Assigned to a person by the appropriate authority in a prescribed manner or in a standard manner or in the expected manner. For example, A has delegated something to B, means A has some predetermined opinion in the mind, having some expectation in the mind, or having some prescriptions along with the delegation of responsibility towards B. Right? So that's why the responsibility is the duty. Now, what is the accountability? Accountability means giving explanation for any variance from the standard which is expected to be there. Means ultimately the explanation is supposed to be provided if the work is done or if the work is not done. In both the cases, there is a need of accountability. If there is a variation, automatically it is to be reported so far. So, if you observe, the authority flows from top to bottom with the delegation. The accountability goes from bottom to top. You cannot say that when once the authority is delegated, there is no responsibility. When once the authority is delegated, when there is no accountability. You can see that the authority and responsibility and accountability relation. The authority flows from top to bottom, from the superior to the subordinate. The accountability also goes from bottom to top in reverse. That is from bottom to top. This is top to bottom and this is bottom to top. That is the way how the delegation of authority, responsibility and accountability is being adjudged here. Now coming to the question of the process of delegation. How the delegation of authority and responsibility should be done. If you observe the word delegation, there are two parties for this action of delegation. The person who delegates is called as delegator, and the person to whom the authority is delegated is called as delegatee. There are two parties, namely delegator and the delegatee. A person who transfers the authority and responsibility to the other person is called as delegator. And the person who accepts the authority and responsibility which is delegated to him or her is called as delegatee. Right? So, if we observe how the delegation process is supposed to be done, the person who is supposed to delegate the word means delegator, generally a manager. Who delegates? Manager delegates, or the top level management personality delegates. So when once a delegator delegates the action or activity or responsibility or authority, the first and foremost thing a person has to do is the allocation of duties. So means the delegator or the manager has to judiciously allocate the duties with having good clarity of mind, good thought, good expectation, and what is expected from the others, that should also be well known to the delegator first of all before going to delegation. Apart from that, along with the allocation of duties, the delegator has to keep in mind the job as a whole, the action as a whole, the activity as a whole, the time allotted for the act and action as a whole, all these things, because the nature and scope of the total duty which will be supposed to be allocated to the delegatee should be well known to the person who wants to delegate it. So that is the first step, allocation of duties. For this, what the delegator has to do? The delegator has to divide the total tasks into the form of different duties and responsibilities amicably in a processual manner or a consequential manner or in a chronological manner, whatever it may be, in a sequential order. When once that is done, there is a possibility of allocating the works to others by way of delegation of authority and responsibility. When once the duties have been allocated, the next one is the person asks for authority. Sometimes mere responsibility will not solve the problem or get the things done. Apart from the responsibility, there is a need of a pinch of authority to be attached with the responsibility. Otherwise, the person may not be in a position to get the things done through the others. For example, the vice president at the top level management has given some authority and responsibility to the manager at the middle level, functional level, and the manager has to get it done from the bottom level. Henceforth, there should be an authority which should be granted along with the responsibility from the top level to the middle level management. For example, if there is only authority and there is no responsibility, it is a very dangerous situation. If there is only responsibility, there is no authority, the work cannot be performed so smoothly and effectively within the particular time. So henceforth, there is a need of a proper blend of authority and responsibility which should be granted by the superior to the subordinate for the getting things done. The next one is assignment of responsibility. When once the authority is granted, there should be a way of thinking that without attaching the responsibility, it is not properly delegated. So, each and every task which is being delegated with authority should also be comprehended with the responsibility, attached with the required responsibility. Otherwise, the question of involvement, the question of performance, and as per the standards required may not be yielded out. Henceforth, the assignment of responsibility is the third step in the process of delegation. And finally, creation of accountability. As I said, the creation of accountability flows from bottom to top, whereas the authority and responsibility flows from top to bottom. So, the creation of accountability is must. If there is no accountability fixed, automatically what happens? The easygoing nature may come erupt in the mind of the employees or the workers at any level. Automatically, people may not have the various interests to supplement the needs of the organization. Henceforth, there is a need of creation of accountability. The accountability creation means creating obligation. It is obligatory on the part of the person to work for the way in which it is expected from the higher level superior to the subordinates. Henceforth, without any obligation, you cannot get the things done. So there is a need of creation of accountability also. If it is not met with what should be done, what will happen, what may be happening in the future, all such things should be properly annexed to that particular thing which is being delegated. So henceforth, the process of delegation can be divided into 4 steps: allocation of duties, granting of authority, assignment of responsibility, and creation of accountability. When once the delegation has been done from top to bottom, again the communication flows from bottom to top. Whatever is being delegated, the authority and responsibility, the person who is called as delegatee will be going to explain, give an explanation through the obligation which is fixed through the accountability in a bottom to top approach. That is what is done, how much is done, when it is done, to what extent it is done, and all such things. So there is an evaluation, whether it has met with the standards or not, whether there is any variation or not. If there is a variation, why it has happened, and what are the responsible factors for that. It will have a supplement to the area of management effectively in the future course of time. This is the way how the process of delegation and the delegation of authority and responsibility and accountability is going to be learned. In the next class, we will go for more perfect way of understanding some more advanced versions in the unit 4. Thank you very much.